Yeah, we're talking real business, not stuck in hotel rooms with tattooed hipsters like they just said. We're talking business, and if your early stage startup is in need of joining an incredible local and global network of entrepreneurs, partners, and advisors, then maybe you should start looking into BizSpark. Take a look at this.
As the world gets faster, more mobile, and more digital, software development becomes all the more crucial. But unfortunately, those with the skills to develop invaluable solutions are often stopped in their tracks by the costs of the development tools. These costs, along with a lack of vital business skills, can make it difficult to turn a brilliant idea into a thriving business. This is where the Microsoft BizSpark program steps in. It is a global initiative that helps software development startups get off the ground. By providing free access to the best Microsoft development tools and services for 3 years, developers are given time to find their feet and focus on their solution instead of their bills. In South Africa, BizSpark has already enabled hundreds of companies to go from great ideas to great businesses, but we're not about to stop there.
So today we have one of BizSpark's network partners in studio, Knife Capital, which is a Southern African growth equity fund manager focusing on innovation-driven ventures with proven traction. Now, here to tell us a bit more about that, about Knife Capital, is Keith Van Sale and Tim Harned. Welcome to you, gentlemen. Great to have you this morning. Keith, I'm going to start first with you. As Knife Capital, what is your core message to South African startups out there?
Well, I think these days with technology, it's easier to build a product than it's ever been. Mm-hmm. But building a sustainable company is hard, you know. So for that, one needs 3 things. And basically, you need skills: the skills of the entrepreneur, the skills of the funder, and that's where we come into play. The networks, one can't do it alone, especially in a young ecosystem like ourselves. One needs to kind of really form partnerships and networks to build. Mm-hmm. And then, because usually an innovation-driven company is high growth, that window of opportunity is so small that one can't wait forever and build it organically, and that's where funding comes into play.
Yeah. And so there's Knife Capital, which is what you do, and then there's BizSpark, and you've teamed up to help startups grow. How have you done that?
Well, BizSpark is a very innovative international program where Microsoft gives free software support to startups all over the world. Mm-hmm. But in South Africa, they've specifically partnered with the government's Jobs Fund, where they not only give software to startups, they also give business support services. But to enable and execute that, they've partnered with people who are in the trenches, yes, and basically to ensure that they execute that successfully. Yeah.
So Tim, as the people in the trenches who have a full understanding of the business and how it works and how to grow startups, tell me about growth equity and how this strategy is used as an advantage to help those startups grow. What is it? I mean, there are not many people that even understand the term growth equity.
No, for sure. Growth equity, a wide continuum. You know, so for earlier stage companies, you'll have what's called venture capital. Okay. For later stage companies, it is defined really as private equity. Mm-hmm. Those are the riverbanks. And then in between, you have this concept of growth capital, which is brought on board if a company, for example, wants to extend their product line, if a company wants to move out of country, broadening their international distribution partners. Mm. Frankly, as companies get bigger, they may want to go out and acquire some technology. They may want to acquire other companies. And that continuum brings you all the way to ultimately an exit for a startup. And so when you look at the overall ecosystem, it's great to start a company, mm-hmm, but everybody who's investing their capital is ultimately looking for a return on that capital. Sure. And that return is only going to be enabled once you have that exit. And so that's what we try and affect.
Okay, all right. So there is, speaking of exit, there's an exit conference that's happening in Stellenbosch on the 15th of May. Tell us a bit more about the initiative and what people can expect when they go to the exit conference.
Yeah, really, at the conference in Stellenbosch, it's going to actually be able to show you where some successful startups have achieved the scale and the ability to actually be exited, and whether that's from a strategic acquisition, a merger of equals, or potentially some sort of an international recapitalization. We bring on board some additional capital. Are some of the things that you'll see in
Fantastic.
Stellenbosch.
Okay, cool. So I'm assuming that you're encouraging all startups and people that are in business to come to the exit conference to get themselves kind of schooled up on what it's about out there.
Oh, for certain.
Indeed. So on the 15th of May, it'll be at Stellenbosch, and so Knife Capital is giving away 2 tickets to the Exit Conference in Stellenbosch to Expresso Show viewers. You can go to the Exit Conference site, which is cricket.co.za, and use your discount code Expresso. That's the discount code. And the first 2 people to apply will then get in. Now, in order to kickstart your business application process for the BizSpark program, please also go to microsoft.com/BizSpark. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Much appreciated. And good luck with that conference.
Thanks. This will be great.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.